stir-fried chicken Alfredo using these ingredients here. It's gonna come out nice. We're actually gonna use summer squash noodles. They're using the tenders. And we're gonna use these seasonings and this frozen stir-fry mix. It's gonna come out good. It's one of my favorites. So I hope you enjoy. We're getting our pan some oil, heating it up. We're gonna go over our chicken. And we're using chicken seasoning from Spices, etc. It's got a little bit of spice to it. Not spicy, but got spice to it. So we're gonna load this up with some spices, and I'm gonna add some paprika as well. We're gonna add some paprika. So let me hit this up with spice. We'll get right back to it. Get both sides cooked and throw them right on the grill. You can use chicken breast, skin, boneless, whatever you want. I'm using the tenders because they're easier to work with. Starting to look good. The chickens are doing what they gotta do. Pan with a stick of butter. It's salted. We're gonna start melting. We're gonna add the cream cheese. We're using Philadelphia cream cheese. Using the whole block. Now we're gonna add some cream too. We're gonna get this going. We don't want it to brown too much, so add some Parmesan. I'm using shaved Parmesan. You can use granular, you can use whatever you like. I just prefer the shaved, it melts down a little bit easier. This is to keep it moving. Also, some good pepper. A decent amount in there. A little milk to thin it out. This kind of consistency we're going for. You know, we don't want it to be cheesy, like string. But we want it a little saucy, so that's where we're at. You can see the pepper in there. You know, this isn't your traditional Alfredo, so for all you Italian freaks out there, Italian food's the best, but this is not Italian. This is American. So enjoy. So Alfredo's to taste. You don't have to use the cream cheese at all, but I find it adds a little bit of a different flavor. But you do need to add a lot of Parmesan to account for the cream cheese. So just remember that. I also added a little bit of salt and pepper. You got to do it to taste. With our sauce and chicken, we are working on the vegetable portion. I like to start with some white onion strips, and that's how I'm going to make these a little translucent. Cook them down a little bit. Let them brown a little bit. We're going to use our stir-fried mix. You can use any frozen stir-fried mix, or you can do it fresh. This is just for ease and brevity. Use the mix, but it's always best to use the fresh stuff when you can. But this is some simple stuff, real quick and easy. Not the process with the cover, because they're just frozen. We're just bringing them to life. Cooked out, nice and warm. We're gonna put it aside. Okay, now here's the part where you could use anything you really wanted. I'm gonna use summer squash noodles. You could theoretically use pasta, and honestly, pasta would be way better than this for taste factor. But I love this stuff, so we're gonna use it. We're gonna keep it pretty veggie centric here. So we're gonna go with the summer squash noodles. This stuff, I put a little water in the pan. Spiral vegetables, like veggetti stuff, if you will, and you just pour it in. Okay, you get the point. I'll show you in a second. You put it in the pan, just spread it out. Make sure there's some water in the bottom. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this. You just want a little bit of coating on the bottom. Put the cover on. I'm taking our chicken from earlier and just cutting into smaller bite-sized pizzas. Sides of these noodles is they do retain some water. So even though I strain it right afterwards, I can cook it for a little bit extra to try to get a little bit extra of that water out. It will always retain some water though, because this is a vegetable. So just be aware of that. Pasta won't do that, so you can easily get away with this by going with pasta or ziti or whatever your favorite is. Introducing all our flavors together. Alright, and our pasta beneath. We got our stir-fried vegetables. We got our chicken. We're just going to bring this up to heat a little bit. And we're going to add our Alfredo sauce over the top. So remember, this is hybrid Alfredo sauce. It's not a true Alfredo. So keep that in mind too. When we get a good mix, we're going to introduce our sauce. When we have our sauce, we're going to mix it all up. Okay. It may not be the prettiest dish, but it's certainly one of the tastiest ones. So get it all mixed in. And we went a little heavy on the sauce, but that's alright. It's a stir fry anyway, so you can still add pasta to this now. So you can basically use these as your vegetables and then add pasta. So it's whatever you want to do with it, but that's basically it right there. I'm going to plate up in a second. There you have it, folks. chicken Alfredo stir fry. You get your stir fry vegetables, your summer squash noodles, and your seasoned chicken, all in a nice Alfredo sauce. But there you have it, folks. Boom. Simple, easy, delicious.